Your cat dropped something at your feet. Maybe it was a bird, maybe a mouse, maybe something you couldn't even identify, and your reaction was probably immediate shock, disgust, maybe a little horror. You picked it up with a paper towel, disposed of it quickly, and tried not to think about it too hard. But here's what you didn't know in that moment. What your cat just did wasn't random. It wasn't gross for the sake of being gross. It wasn't a sign that something is wrong with them. It was a gift, and not just any gift. The most meaningful gift your cat knows how to give. Once you understand what's actually happening when your cat brings you something dead, you will never react the same way again. And the last thing on this list, the part most owners never hear, might be the most touching thing your cat has ever done for you without you ever knowing it. This is where it starts. And it's more loving than it sounds. In the wild, cats are hunters. Skilled, patient, precise hunters. They stalk. They wait. They strike at exactly the right moment. Hunting is not just survival for a cat. It is identity. It is what they are built for, down to the structure of their eyes, the sensitivity of their whiskers, the silent patting of their paws. And your cat has watched you, closely, for months, maybe years. They've watched you open containers of food rather than catch it. They've watched you eat things that didn't run, didn't fight back, didn't require any skill whatsoever to obtain. They've watched you stumble around in the dark while they navigate effortlessly. They've assessed your hunting ability and arrived at a conclusion. You need help, not because they think less of you, but because they care enough to notice. In a cat's world, someone who cannot hunt is someone who might not eat. And your cat, the one who curls up on your chest, the one who follows you to every room, is not going to let that happen. So they hunted for you. They went out or they found something in the house and they brought it back. For you. Because in their mind, that's what you do for someone you don't want to go hungry. This one changes everything about how you see that moment. Cats don't bring prey to just anyone. In the wild, a mother cat brings food to her kittens. She doesn't drop prey near strangers. She doesn't leave it for other animals she doesn't know. She brings it to her family, specifically to the ones she is responsible for feeding and teaching and keeping alive. When your cat brings you something dead, they are putting you in that category. Not the category of acquaintance. Not the category of the person who fills the bowl. The category of family. Of someone they feel responsible for. Of someone they love enough to feed. That dead mouse on your kitchen floor is your cat saying, "You are mine and I will take care of you." Think about that for a second. Your cat, who weighs maybe 10 pounds, who you carry to the vet, who you keep safe inside your home, decided that you are the one they need to look after. The roles they've assigned in this relationship say something enormous about how deeply they feel connected to you. You are not just their owner. In their heart, you are their family. And family feeds each other. Sometimes the gift isn't just a gift. Sometimes it's a lesson. Mother cats don't just bring food to their kittens. They bring it in stages. First dead prey so the kittens can get used to it. Then injured prey so the kittens can practice the kill. Then live prey so the kittens can develop their full hunting sequence. It is a deliberate curriculum, patient and methodical and repeated until the lesson is learned. Your cat may be doing the exact same thing with you. If your cat has ever brought you something alive, something still moving, and then looked at you with what you can only describe as expectation, this is why. They weren't being cruel. They were being a teacher. They brought you a live subject to practice on. They were waiting for you to take over and complete the hunt. When you screamed and ran in the opposite direction, your cat was genuinely baffled. They brought you the lesson. They set it up perfectly, and you failed to engage. From their perspective, you are a student who refuses to study, which is probably why they keep trying. Each new delivery is another attempt to help you learn what they believe you desperately need to know. The patience involved in this is actually remarkable. Your cat has not given up on you. They still believe you can learn. Every gift is another vote of confidence in your potential. Here is something most people don't fully appreciate about cats. Hunting is not something a domestic cat chooses to do or not do. It is something that happens in them. The sight of movement triggers a sequence that is older than domestication, older than their relationship with humans, older than almost anything about the world they now live in. They cannot turn it off. It runs like a current beneath everything they do. And when that ancient, unstoppable instinct produces a result, when the hunt is completed, when the prey is caught, your cat makes a choice about what to do with it. They could eat it. That's what the instinct originally designed. Catch it, eat it, survive. But they bring it to you instead. That choice, to redirect the deepest biological drive they have away from their own benefit and toward yours, is not nothing. That is your cat overriding survival programming with something that feels, to them, more important. You, caring for you, providing for you. The gift isn't just an object. It's the product of everything your cat is, redirected entirely in your direction. Most owners get this moment completely wrong, and it quietly affects the relationship in ways they never realize. The natural reaction is disgust. A sharp noise, a quick retreat, a clear signal that this was unwelcome. And from a human perspective, that reaction makes complete sense. A dead animal on your floor is not a pleasant thing. But from your cat's perspective, something different just happened. They completed a hunt. They made the deliberate choice to bring it to you. They crossed the distance between wherever they found it and wherever you were. They placed it at your feet as an offering of care. And you recoiled. Your cat doesn't understand disgust. They don't have a framework for that reaction. What they register is that they did something significant and you responded with alarm. In their language, alarm means danger. And they walked into that reaction bringing you their best. This doesn't mean you have to pretend to enjoy it. But the way you handle that moment, calmly, gently, without the sharp sounds and the visible horror, tells your cat something important. It tells them that what they brought was received, that the gesture was acknowledged, that the care they directed at you landed somewhere safe. A calm thank you, even if it feels absurd to say it, is worth more to your cat than you know. This is the part almost no one talks about, and it might be the most tender thing on this entire list. Not every cat is an outdoor cat. Not every cat has access to prey. But the instinct, the need to provide, to offer, to bring something to the people they love, doesn't disappear just because there's nothing to hunt. So they improvise. Your indoor cat who drops a toy at your feet and looks up at you. That's this. Your cat who carries a sock from the bedroom and presents it to you in the kitchen. That's this. Your cat who brings you the same crinkle ball over and over and places it directly in your lap. That's this. There is no mouse. There is no bird. But the drive to give you something, to provide for you, to show up in front of you with an offering in their mouth, that drive is still there. So they take what they have. They pick up the thing that feels right in that moment and they carry it to you. Because the gift was never really about the object. It was always about the gesture, the crossing of the distance, the deliberate choice to bring something to you specifically out of everyone in the world they could have brought it to. Your cat chose you to provide for. Your cat chose you to teach. Your cat chose you to feed and protect and look after in the only way they know how. The next time something lands at your feet, alive or dead, prey or toy, bird or balled-up piece of paper, take a breath before you react. Look at your cat. Really look at them. They're not being gross. They're not being strange. They're not acting out. They're loving you in the oldest, most instinctive, most completely genuine way they know. And they've been doing it this whole time.